Good morning and welcome to Executive Platform Stories, Episode 2. I'm Sharon. This series is dedicated to hearing real journeys from CEOs who built organizations, led teams, faced tough choices, and found practical ways to sustain performance. Today's episode is about leadership in practice, the lived experience behind systems, culture, and results. Our guest will take us through their beginnings, the decisive moments that shaped their organization, and the lessons that leaders can use immediately to equip teams for long-term success. Please join me in welcoming our guest. He is the CEO of Emages Multimedia Limited, who scaled the business from a small startup to a thriving mid-market company. Ladies and gentlemen, Alor Omateo.
Mr. Omateo, thank you for joining us. The floor is yours. Please tell us about your journey. How was your business entrepreneurship journey when you started? How is it going now? One lesson or takeaway you want other people to learn from your story.
Thank you for the opportunity to share my story today. I always begin with gratitude to God for bringing me this far and for allowing me to see this moment. My journey into the media and entrepreneurship world did not start in comfort, and it certainly did not begin with the resources I needed. It began with a dream, some determination, and a few people who crossed my path at the right time.
My story begins at the University of Ado-Ekiti, where I studied economics and graduated with a second-class upper. In Part 2, I joined JCI, and that changed everything. It awakened my entrepreneurial spirit and opened my eyes to leadership, creativity, service, and the world outside the classroom. One day, after a lecture, I sat under a mango tree, a place I often went to relax. A friend, Beo, a photographer, joined me. We talked about an upcoming JCI event, and he showed me his work. That moment planted a seed. From that simple conversation, we decided to create something small, a calendar to promote JCI activities. But that idea evolved into a bigger vision. And in 2002, the very first concept of Emages magazine was born. Back then, we were just students testing our abilities. But JCI showed me what life after school could look like and gave me the courage to step into the real world.
Before we graduated, we built Gemstones Publishers, a team of 25 JCI members, people like Shola, Kemi, F. Mike, Te, Kola, and Bonmi. We were young, passionate, and learning by doing, gaining invaluable experience. After NYSC scattered us across the country, I found myself serving in Zoria, teaching economics to SS1 and SS2. That was when I discovered another side of myself, my ability to explain, to lead, to create. I also learned how to write business plans, do feasibility studies, and think beyond the moment. A major turning point came when I visited a newspaper house in Ado-Ekiti, where I met Mr. Adesowa, the MD of FMPL. That meeting made it clear media was my path.
After NYSC, I tried to revive my business, but the team vanished. I went solo with just 2 people. My friend Musa joined, and I really hustled. I worked in portfolio management until a connection led to a big deal with First Inland Bank shares. That deal paid me, and with that money, the first edition of Emages magazine was published. That was my first major breakthrough. But success didn't last. Musa relocated, friendships were strained, and I moved out to learn independence. I realized something powerful: entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted.
In 2010, something truly incredible happened. I connected online with the esteemed editor-in-chief of Ebony magazine. This pivotal connection opened doors I never imagined. She became my mentor, generously providing me with access to invaluable research materials and exposing me to the intricate workings of the global publishing industry. This experience profoundly changed my entire perspective on media. By 2013, fueled by this new vision, I began the ambitious process of redesigning Emages magazine from the ground up. It was a journey of innovation and transformation. And in 2018, the fully rebranded version of Emages magazine was proudly released to the world. Around the same time, I made a significant transition into the dynamic realm of multimedia. This transition was largely thanks to Mr. Stan Anento, who not only introduced me to the art of video editing but also guided me into owning my first professional camera, a 1.5 million naira investment I wasn't even ready for, but desperately needed for this new path. I also had the privilege of working with incredibly talented young individuals who contributed immensely to this journey: Jiwa, Gifted, Gladys, Mr. Henry, Candy, and Taiwo. They might not be here today, but their contributions remain an integral and cherished part of the Image story.
2020 was one of the hardest years of my life. Before the COVID lockdown, I lost my mother on March 10th. She was my source of strength, the person I went to for comfort and prayer. Her death almost broke me. Then the lockdown hit. We lost jobs. We lost money. Some companies never paid. But it was during this painful season that a new vision was conceived, the executive platforms. I felt I lacked network, so I decided to create one. Alongside this, we were developing the Executive of the Year award. In 2023, the first executive talk show finally came to life. 2024 was even bigger. We paused in 2025 to re-strategize. Now, 2026 is loading and it will be the biggest edition yet. Thanks to my team Blessing, Toby, Sharon, and others. Our pipeline is solid. My journey has taught me that nothing in life comes easy. You will fail over and over. People will leave. Friends will disappoint you. But conviction, determination, and consistency will always win. To every young professional listening, believe in yourself. Don't expect society to hand you anything. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you can make it. Surround yourself with the right people. Remove pessimists from your life. Embrace leadership because everyone is a potential leader. And never stop learning. In conclusion, my journey is far from perfect, but it is mine, shaped by faith, sacrifice, resilience, and purpose. If I can do it, you can too. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Omateo, a candid and immensely useful conversation. Today's story reminds us that sustained performance is less about flawless plans and more about resilient people, repeatable systems, and leadership that learns. To everyone watching, reflect on one lesson from today and one action you will take this week to equip your people better. On behalf of Executive Platform Stories, thank you for joining us. I'm Sharon. Stay inspired, lead with purpose, and we'll see you at the next episode.